I can't remember the numbers behind that, but you know who you is, little bro, dog. I just listened to the little video you had done did, bro. That shit touched my heart, cuz. Like, swear to God, dog. Like, swear to God, bro. Like, I'm a legit person, a very, you know, bro. I gotta like ask God to really guide my tongue. I always feel like He's the leader of my ship, and He governed my tongue. You feel me? So He governed my tongue at every aspect of my life. He did, but I understand, dog. Like, it's something unique about me, dog. I'm just share some shit real quick. So I dedicate this for you, but this ain't directly directed to you. But I'm gonna dedicate this for you, this particular segment, because you brought about a reality that I can't duck. You feel me? A reality that I can't duck is, so later on I'm gonna probably pull my own coattail and I'm gonna talk about how many women I done had, which is 1 million women. But it ain't about that. The reality of it is, the women that I fell in love with in life was women that had autism. And I ain't never, like, I had told my mama, because, like, God knows that's my best friend. But Lord knows I done had to let her have it, verbally, because I used to tell her, and I'm going to be all everywhere with this conversation, because there's so much shit I'm trying to incorporate into a statement. But Jesus never referred to Mary, his mama Mary, the Virgin Mary, all that shit. He never referred to her as mama. You can go through the Bible all you want to. You won't find Jesus calling Mary mama. He called her, in fact, my child, because he understood his level of understanding was so deeper. Now, going back, I'm going to try to bring a point to a Mercury Rising. That's a movie with Bruce Willis. You feel me? I'm going to try to bring that into the point, but I ain't going to bring that out yet. One time, maybe like years ago, maybe like 2 years ago, you know what I'm saying? I started thinking about life, right? And my baby mama probably had done just left at the time, right? So I started thinking about all the women that I fell in love with, all the women that I dated and all that shit. And I started trying to find, what's the kind of woman that I like? What commonality do all of them share? You know what I'm saying? I started trying to find like a lowest common denominator as to what kind of woman am I attracted to. And then as I'm looking for this, I started realizing the one key thing, and I'm revealing something real pivotal right now about myself that I ain't never revealed. I started realizing it wasn't intentional. I end up dating a lot of women who had disabilities, dog. Not disability physically. I'm talking about like social awkwardness to themselves, or some would say intellectual, whatever, whatever. But as anybody who listening to this shit, listening to me talk, they'll see my vernacular is up to par. But it might be something about myself that I never diagnosed or was never diagnosed back in the days with, to say that that's why all my exes and the women that I loved and people I did great with in life had these social awkwardness. So when tonight listening to the dedication video you did for me, and I'm listening, and I'm not like, I just want to say this ain't about you, but I'm making a point. It's touched my heart because my daughter, anybody follow my screen, my daughter got autism. And I love her dearly. Obviously, she's my child, but even before that, I had a connection to that. And so I say that to say, I said to myself, I'm not gonna run from it if I have any kind of autism or whatnot. And I'm not gonna look at it ever as, yeah, please, there you go. I would prefer this shit to really be at zero rather than even four motherfuckers. So I can really feel like I'm talking to myself and be really comfortable. But the point is, I'm not gonna run from whatever God bestowed upon me, because it is what it is. He obviously gave me. See, like I often tell people, now I'm gonna bring that Mercury Rising part, the movie Mercury Rising, back into the play. There's a throwback movie called Mercury Rising with Bruce Willis. As a kid with autism, he cracked a government code, and so they're trying to kill this kid because he was like intelligent enough to crack this code. He kept calling this phone number that nobody's supposed to know. And people don't understand that anybody who ever studied health science and understand the gray matter and the nodes of Ramsey and how neurons work. Oh, now bitches want to tune in. This nigga might got a lot of sense. Bitch, tune back out. Bottom line is, people who don't understand how one wire can be malfunctioned and change the way that person delivery is or the way that person perception is, that doesn't mean that that person doesn't see in a different dimension. It's even beyond what you can see, the realm of what you can see. So they might see in multiple dimensions and you stuck on this one little shit. So I say that to say women probably have listened to me and me being full of myself thinking that, oh, I got all the sense. And she might be looking at me like, this nigga slow as hell. Meanwhile, I own the house. I'm a homeowner. And these hoes out here renting, sucking dick to pay their rent. We gonna make this shit. I'm trying to kick whoever out of the room that don't want to hear no vowel talk. These bitches out here sucking dick to pay their rent, thinking they got all the sense. Fucking niggas that think they got all the sense. And both of them ain't got a pot to piss in. Can't scratch their ass with no 2 dimes between them. But here I am, a nigga that might got a autism or some kind of mental disability, but yet I'm doing well for myself because I learned how to play my lane. I learned not to try to go beyond my means. If a woman thinks she's smarter than me, then I fall back. I don't even try to intervene. I denounce myself. I dismiss myself. She ain't got to dismiss me. Oh, baby girl, my bad, my bad. You the cool kid. I'm not. That's members only club. I'm a lame nigga. Let me go back to the lame forum and get the money. I say that to say, bro, when I listened to your video tonight, it was like a 4-minute something video, but I only made it to 350 because the last 20 seconds was so tough to bear because it was making me get like emotional because you was laying it all out on the line. And I thank God that he give me the opportunity that if I get on this YouTube shit and one person like yourself can feel that I'm your inspiration, maybe you see like what everybody else seeing in me because I got a girl, my best friend, right? One of my best friends. She's got a mental disability. We was roommates. She the one who taught me full independency. I had apartments before her and all that, but we stayed together for the longest. And when she left, and I had to figure out how I'm gonna pay my rent without my roommate, and I end up doing it, and I learned that I gotta just dedicate all my money to my rent until I was able to sustain myself enough to say, okay, this is how you save. And then I learned to make better choices in life, and then I went from that to saving to buying a house and et cetera, et cetera. The point is, I had to come to terms with the fact that, damn, cuz you is different. Even I say to myself now, like tonight, I spent myself outside. I spent time outside in my car, chilling, drinking or whatever, saying to myself, how is it? And I was definitely not a complainer or a hater or nothing like that. But I'm asking my father, I'm like, why is it fat niggas, ugly niggas, just everybody that is disparaging, got bitches that look like they in love? I heard a nigga say, I think that was Corey Holcomb said it about somebody, but somebody said this shit. They was like, man, even homeless niggas got bitches sleeping next to them. Homeless nigga, think about a bitch that go sleep in the rain with a nigga with a dog in a tent. And here I am in this multi-bedroom house, all this land, by myself. And I said, you know what, man, God, that ain't for me to figure out. That's for you to figure out. And that's for you to bestow what you got for me. Just all I gotta do is stay the course. And that's what I would say to you, little bro. Stay the course, bro. If a person look at you as socially awkward, just stay the course, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you something, bro. What I see in my own child. I see the autism, but I see a brilliance beyond belief. Like, perfect example, my baby, I ain't gonna put too much divulge information about my own kid, but she like block building games that like where you post like sort of like Tetris type shit. And she's so fucking great at it. Like, I'm talking about professionally great at it at such a young age. And I said to myself, see, this is that gray matter. This is the gray matter in the brain when it's processing. It's a different way you get to it. Like, even with math back in the days, they used to try to have us write out stuff standard form. And I could get to the conclusion of the problem, but I couldn't explain how I actually solved the problem. But I was good at math. I was great at math. So, but I couldn't explain all these formulas. And so I say that to say, bro, we built different. I'm going to put myself in that category to say we built different, bro. Like, we not supposed to be like everybody else. Don't never your disability actually a ability because it's an ability to think outside the box. You feel me? So I don't want the government because the government we live in a new government now. Well, bitch, they cutting funds to everybody. So everybody with disability deserve a disability check, no fucking doubt. But what I'm saying is, your brain don't never think that you're less than any fucking human. Because a person that think they got all the sense out here broke it in the bitch, sleeping under somebody's bridge tonight, like Tupac said, both black and white smoking crack tonight. So these bitches trying to figure out their problems through multiple drugs. And meanwhile, we got a loving ability in our heart to love. You know what I'm saying? And think at a different frequency. You feel me? So I'm at this point. I'm not after hearing you tonight. I can hear it in the voice, in the speech, in the dialect. And I'm not trying to call you out, put you out there. I'm just simply saying, bro. I heard it. To say that, bro. Don't never let nobody make you feel like you awkward or let you feel or make you feel like you less than. Because the reality of it is, bro, that same so-called awkwardness will keep you out the realm of these people. It'll keep you from getting backdoored. Look how many of these popular people are so beloved, so popular, then they get killed by their so-called best friend because they so goddamn friendly. I hope that my greatest thing that I will hope you incorporate, and I told this to my little sister, and I tell this to anybody with a disability, even without a disability, but especially with a disability. Stop being so fucking friendly. Stop calling everybody your friend. Don't never let a bitch sit behind you. That's my main thing. You get in the car, bitch, sit in the back seat. I ain't nobody sitting behind my head, bitch. And then secondly, I'm gonna be the driver anyway. But all these people that's so called social or normal, these motherfuckers got all kind of disabilities they self. They disability is the ability to think that they know it all, rather than humble themselves to say I don't know it all. Rather than to humble themselves to say maybe I do got a little something throw it off about myself. Because that third eye that we able to see through that they can't see through is why we outlive these bitches. I ain't never seen really no disabled person die fast unless it was of some physical condition they had. But I ain't never heard of a disability person getting caught up in a situation they had no business even being in. So I myself, I'm gonna continue to be socially awkward, and you rejuvenated my faith in myself, because I think I'm like at that borderline where I got enough sense to, like my mama used to say it, but I never was able to really convey it. And I got enough, like I tell a bitch quick, I rode the short bus in high school, bitch. Short bus was a great bus. That shit came pick me up in front of the door. Right at shit. And it had AC. Everybody riding a long bus, bitch. My shit was short, tinted windows, and came pick me up in front of the house. But yeah, I'm sitting in my house with all this goddamn property and working on my second and third property. So at the end of the day, dog, God is good. I humble myself, but at the same time, bro, I'm embracing whatever shortcomings I may have that might make a person feel that, oh, that nigga throw it off, or that old retarded ass nigga. Please keep looking at the retarded kid as a retarded kid. Leave this little retarded nigga alone. I'm minding my business. I'm just here making my little videos for those who can relate. And I ain't saying that's you. You might just be totally just your accent, period. I'm just talking about myself. You made me really want to come to terms with just speaking on personal situations, because I'm going to tell you something, bro. And I'm going to try to keep this conversation under 20 minutes. I'm at 13:50 right now. I might even extend this shit because I want to talk about some other things. But the bottom line is, that ain't gonna never stop you from the glory. The glory is whatever you define happiness as, bro. You feel me? Whatever you define happiness as. You feel me? And I would say to you, bro, the biggest defense mechanism you can have for yourself is only keep your circle real tight. You know what I'm saying? Like my favorite saying is no squares in my circle. You feel me? That's my favorite saying. No squares in my circle, no circles in my square. That's my two favorite. I put it together. My really favorite saying is no circles in my square, because a lot of people say no squares in my circle. My shit is no circles in my square. I live in a very square box, and it's so small that a circle can't even fit into it. So I'm a square ass nigga. I'm proud of being a square ass nigga. I'm super square. I'm not a thug. I'm not a gangster. I'm just a square ass nigga from the hood that know how to articulate itself and try to stay out the way and try to get money the best way I can. You feel me? Had I had my full capability, maybe I'd be a millionaire by now with all I know. But at the end of the day, I'm a homeowner, which is better than 90% of niggas that's gonna tune in this chat. Facts. Big facts. Niggas is living in their cars. Matter of fact, we're not even here to talk about people conditions. I was just here to tell you that, bro. At the end of the day, God is he gonna work it out, my brother. You know what I'm saying? What's good, fam? If you just tuning in, cause I dedicated this whole little shit. It wasn't directly for you, but if you go back and listen to it, you gonna love it, bro. Because I put it in. You made me really reveal a lot of personal things. Even the fact that you in here, bro. The ambiance in itself is so great that it's kind of hard to even talk now, bro. Because I would prefer that you come and check this shit out later. You did what I'm saying? Because dog, I just want to say, bro, you've been very inspirational to me. Cause the fact that dog, a person like myself can have an inspiration on somebody else. And I hope I can say like, and like when I be on this shit, bro, I really just be dropping game, bro. Kodak got a little part of his song where he say in one of his songs, he say, I try to make them, he say, no, I try to motivate them niggas, but I got them jealous. I can't never get that bar out of my head because I be trying to motivate niggas and they end up getting jealous when I just be trying to motivate. But at the end of the day, I always try to motivate niggas and they get jealous because niggas don't have it in their heart to really show love. They just be envious. And envy is one of the seven deadly sins and shit. You feel me? So at the end of the day, cuz, I just appreciate the fact that you find inspiration in what I be saying, bro. Because I'm always coming from the heart, dog. Like they got a little news station where I live at, say straight from the heart. Nigga, this shit straight from the heart. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, now that you done came in here, bro, you the celebrity, you the big dog. I'm kind of shy, bro. I had some other things I wanted to talk about, but, bro, you in this bitch, like, that's what I'm saying. Another thing, too, real quick. I don't gush out over celebrities, bro. I done met at least 25 major celebrities. I ain't never went crazy about now one on. It was just nonchalant. Only person picture I even asked for was the least other celebrities, which was Norris Cole. Seeing that nigga and I was working on his house, and then I seen the boy. I'm like, fucking Drew Holiday was right next to him. I ain't even noticed that was Drew Holiday. And I went and took a picture with Norris Cole and shit, and had Drew Holiday take the picture. You feel me? But the point is, ain't never fan out over no nigga. Cause these people is regular people, normal people. And if you do great in life, you'll start realizing, dog, especially if you end up being a contractor and you go working in houses, you realize the richest motherfuckers is niggas you never heard of. I swear to God, nigga. Your celebrity that you don't know who that celebrity manager is, and you don't know who their boss is. That's a fact. It's a bitch you never heard of who's staying out the limelight. So I simply say that, dog, I ain't never blush out over that, but I'm fanning out a little bit because the fact that you had held me in such high regard means you the star, you the celebrity, you the everything. You deserve all my subscriptions and all my likes and everything, bro. And I appreciate you, bro, just for being a 1K person that was able to acknowledge me. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this shit like this and have a great night, cousin. I love you, bro. You keep your head up, fam, and stay up. Keep a positive mind, dog.